because I might have
And we're back.
yeah, I would have to go to dinner as well. So depending on whether we
And
need
we're
to
back.
carry on after that. Hello, everybody. I'm Nick. This is Matt. He's technically the one in charge of this, so I'll let him do the rest.
We're back. I had dinner. It was lovely. It was steak.
Yeah,
There we
yeah.
go.
He has dinner earlier than most people. You had
I think
steak.
it's a
Lovely.
perfectly reasonable time, like 5:30.
I find normally I think most people have it about 6, 7, 8,
Hmm.
9 if they're back a lot late from work or visiting. Uh,
Hmm.
each to their own. In restaurants, everyone has it pretty much any, if not most time of the day.
Hmm. Anyways, let's figure out the Dalek timeline.
Uh huh. And then we'll move on to that Sideman one we promised.
Yeah.
So,
Mm. So, at the beginning, we have Genesis of the Daleks.
probably the most popular story ever made, and probably will be for the remainder of time.
I thought it would have been the last Dalek story. Genesis of the Daleks. Well, the Daleks are literally created. Now, I'll do the last one.
Well, for the original timeline, it was in
Mm,
a way.
not really, but okay. But
As
so
you
then
know,
we
Death
have
Stories.
like the Dalek invasion of Earth,
I guess.
and pretty much all the '60s Dalek stories onward. Basically,
Yeah.
then the Dalek.
Well,
I personally think that's the last one in that timeline.
really? Oh, in that timeline.
Yeah.
Okay, I would have thought it was the first after Genesis because, well, I'm going by the Doctor Who, the Dalek Handbook. It theorizes, I think, the authors think it, or they say, that it takes place in 63, and that the Doctor was trying to return Ian and Barbara to the right, got Ian and Barbara to the right time, but the wrong place. However, that might just
The
be their
Doctor's not
theory.
that competent. He's not that competent, let's face it. My theory is that it's set after because the Daleks don't know who the Doctor is, and he makes a point in saying that in the Dalek Invasion of Earth.
Yeah. They don't know who he is, so they don't recognize him.
Yeah.
But they
You would
don't
think,
recognize him in the
oh,
Daleks.
well, the thing is, their memory banks probably started failing because it's like their
Oh,
dying days.
okay.
That's why they moved back to magnetism.
Mm. However, in the Curse of the Daleks, the the people that come to Skaro wake the Daleks.
Hmm.
So that technically it's a follow up to the Daleks.
Everything's a bloody follow-up to some '60s Dalek story.
Hmm.
It's like, why can't anything ever be like? It's either if you're gonna make a Dalek story, you're either gonna relate it to a '60s Dalek story or Genesis of the Daleks, right?
Hmm.
No one ever does anything to do with like bloody victory of the Daleks, do they?
It's a bit too recent.
Who cares? Do something like that. Do something about Asylum. I don't
Yes.
know.
Yeah. Big Finish. Fix it. You've got
Fi
the license.
Big Finish fix the entirety of the Moffat era by retconning it out of existence.
Not all of it, though.
No, all of it. Every single episode, apart from Heaven Sent.
I
Keep
think
that.
that the retcon, if Face the Raven is kicked out, Heaven Sent's retcon.
No, you can just
No.
write something else. You can fit. To be honest, they'd probably be able to fit something in between Face the Raven and Heaven Sent
Possibly.
if he was teleported somewhere else and then got teleported to Heaven Sent.
Mm.
Someone's here from Tasmania.
Hello. Or good day, I suppose. It
So,
hasn't been that. It hasn't been a pretty good day over here. Oh,
it's
for
been
me, it's
raining.
not been a bad day. It's just that it's not been a very nice day in terms of weather.
Yeah,
It rained a lot, and I can say this is probably for the most of England.
it's been
Just,
raining up here as well in Scotland. So yeah. But in this new timeline, the Daleks invading Earth was too important for time to retcon. So basically, that's set around the Dalek. Well, Dalek invasion of Earth is set early, still early on,
mm,
right? Where they still have their empires, but the Doctor
mm,
keeps defeating them now, and the Doctor
yes.
didn't previously do that. Or something to do with the change in timeline, blah, blah, blah.
Mm,
So then, uh, personally, I think everything, every Dalek story released from every Dalek story set for the Doctor, specifically for the Doctor because he's the focal point, after Genesis is set after Genesis.
yeah.
And and depending on the Dalek variant, if they're lighter colored
Mm,
and it's set early on, if they're darker colored and they're not specifically on Skaro, then it's after that. Then
I'm just.
anything to do with the Renegade versus Imperial, all of that, that's after that.
Mm,
Anything set after that is, well, set after that. So I'm guessing the Imperials win in the
yeah,
end.
I guess because the bronze ones are also referred to as Imperials,
Yeah. So
but
they
slightly
win.
modified.
They win, and then they get ready for the Time War, and then yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think the Imperials win sometime between Remembrance of the Daleks and the movie, and then they're still around in on Skaro. They bring back Skaro, and then they have the Master's Trial. Then
Mhm.
there's the 10th Dalek occupation, as mentioned by Captain Jack, and the Dalek Handbook. Then that's probably around the time that they change their casings, and then just around that time is also the start of the Time War. However, that happened.
I've just realized, what about the Dark Eyes audios? Hold on.
They've got kind of a grey Dalek design. Maybe
Yeah,
the maybe they're maybe the ones in the middle. Maybe the Imperials became them. They're in
trying
the
to
movie,
find them.
well, off screen, obviously. Screen. They're off screen in the movie. Then they're the Eighth Doctor's Daleks until the Time War.
They appear to be original Dalek. They can't fly.
Okay.
They specifically have those Dalek hover machines, right?
Right. And also, when you
So
mentioned
that
the Eighth
tells me
Doctor,
something.
also the same. I think the same Daleks also appear in the Dalek Empire audios. There's certainly some sort of grey, blue design.
I think I think all of that is set early on.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, because like they have Robomen as well
Okay.
in the Dark Eyes ones. They have Robomen.
Yeah, I think they're back in Time War.
The Robomen are back in the Time War?
Oh, no, old ones are. I thought the Roman men were better. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I've not checked. They're not in Time War 1, but they might be in Time War 2. I wouldn't know.
The Ogrons are definitely back in Time War
Oh
2.
yeah, they are. Um,
I think Nick Briggs is voicing them.
yeah.
Missed opportunity to get Billy Tracy in.
No.
Oh, okay.
Dalek, like Dr. Ogron. I know he's voiced by John Coleshaw, I
Oh,
think.
Dr. Ogron.
Yeah, Dr. Ogron.
Right. That meant normal Ogrons.
Hmm. Oh,
They missed the
well.
opportunity. They missed the opportunity to hire Billy Tracy. Because I think he did the Ogrons in War of the Daleks, the Aimless Wanderings. It was either him or Benji.
Hmm.
Hang on, I'll just look it up.
I think it was Billy.
Yeah, I'm just double checking. Oh, great.
But anyways, yeah. I think I need to write down Dalek continuity somewhere. I need
Okay.
to.
Dynamite Doctor. Speaking about Aimless Wanderings, there hasn't been an Aimless Wandering since March.
It's
I
going
think
to
they're
be
on
another
another.
2 years until the next one's released. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Let's
they were
face it.
saying it would be 2018 for Dynamite Wave 2, certainly the first episode. Yeah, Billy is the Ogrons
All
in
right.
More of the Daleks. But I wouldn't be surprised if Dynamite Wave 2 did come out in 2020 or 2019. Sorry, 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, I think the gap between No Strings Attached and Pompous Redemption was, it was November to March. That was about, wasn't 18, it was 16 months.
Hmm.
I think it was 16.
16 months is too long to wait. Bring
Back to the Doctor.
bring back Gameless Wanderings. Don't hesitate.
Hesitate. Yeah.
Doctor in distress. That's all answer his SOS.
SOS.
Or
Yeah.
that's all answer their
The
SOS because
alternative, yeah, the alternative is that they're going to be releasing them very close to each other, and they're having them made all at the same time, or just not releasing them until they're all finished, and then they're going to release them close to each other. That's the other explanation.
hmm,
But there's not been any news since March. The closest we got is the new Create a Classic Doctor Who story competition,
yeah.
which we've entered. I've
Yeah.
entered one, and Matt's entered three.
Well,
So
yeah.
he's got a more likely chance of having a episode selected than I do because I've only written one.
And it's closed, right?
Close?
It's
Oh,
closed now, right?
I don't know actually. Let's check.
If it's not closed now, it'll close soon.
Yeah, I think it's gonna close soon. I think they're gonna release them in November. Not November, December.
Yeah.
Let's see. Five Who fans. That's pretty much what the music is. Where is it? Oh, here it is. How many weeks ago? Oh no, it says closed.
Okay.
So yeah, it's closed, people. But they have 345 comments. Wait, mine was the most recent. It's literally at the top. Carnival of Daleks. Shall I read mine and then you do your ones?
No, I don't want to read.
Uh,
I
shall I
want.
read yours?
I'm in a timeline mood. I'm in a connecting the dots between continuity mood.
Should I read your ones out?
But I want to get fine. We'll just read them all out, and then we'll get back to.
We'll read our ones out.
We'll
Right,
get to the Cybermen.
mine's Carnival of Daleks. The plot is the Doctor and his companions arrive on a planet where an alien race known as the Karnas are putting on a carnival and fun there. The Doctor and co decide to have some fun, but during their visits, the carnival is invaded by Daleks. Seeking to kidnap alien beings as part of their own carnival to show off their dominance as masters of the universe is a comedy. The Doctor and his companions must stop the Daleks and save all the aliens before it's too late. Plus, they have the rest of the carnival to enjoy. But will the Daleks yield so easily?
Nice.
Hmm.
So,
Hang on, I'm just trying to find your ones. I found your first one. Well, first one on the way down. Imposter of the Doctor or Dilemma of the Daleks by George M. Mitchell. So this is not your actual name. Oh, no, it
no,
is. No, it's not.
it's kind of my name.
Sorry, I thought you
It's
were
my
using a
name I
spoof.
don't want to use when I want to use my name.
The Daleks are plotting their revenge on the Doctor / they're conquering the cosmos / whatever's on their to-do list. When suddenly the TARDIS lands in their ship, however, another TARDIS then lands. Both open and have the exact same man step out. It's the Doctor, two of him, and it appears to be the same incarnation. The Daleks aren't sure which one they should
I
kill,
wanted
as
to
if they
make it
kill.
explicit that it wasn't a multi-doctor.
Yep. The Daleks aren't sure which one they should kill, as if they kill the wrong one, the real one would cause havoc, and they might lose a valuable asset. The Daleks have a dilemma on their hands. Yes, and this makes it more tense because it's the same Doctor. So if it's sorry or pompous, it's the same one twice.
Yeah.
But one of them's slightly older, so they
No.
might if they kill the younger later
No.
in life.
One of them's an imposter.
Oh,
Hence, imposter of the Doctor.
oh, I okay.
It's called imposter of the Doctor for for a singular reason, that being that there's an imposter. So
No, okay. I thought it was a younger and an older incarnation.
no.
Same incarnation. The other one, the next one is Praise Be. The TARDIS lands on the planet Fantatica, where the Doctor is mistaken
Fanatica.
Fanatica, where the Doctor is mistaken for the High Priest of a goddess. The goddess just so happens to be the TARDIS. The Doctor tries to wiggle his way out of the situation before the population call him a heretic and try to execute him. Joy, it's another one of those stories.
What? Religion parodies in Doctor Who are like the best ones.
And finally, the sandwiches of disaster. The Doctor tries to make a sandwich, but it all goes wrong when he adds a dangerous ingredient. He chucks it out, and after it starts damaging the TARDIS. As it is damaged, the TARDIS lands on the nearest planet a few 100,000 years later, and sees that his sandwich has mutated into its own species, and has to fight them because they are evil and want to kill him.
Basically, you can tell what my kind of mindset is when coming up with these story ideas. Stories that could work, but I just make them utterly stupid. Like Imposter of the Doctor / Dilemma of the Daleks could actually work, but this is meant to be a parody, so it's perfect parody material as well.
Yeah.
Sandwiches of disaster. Just that, and Praise Be sounds like it could actually be a decent Doctor Who story, and I took a little bit of inspiration. I basically combined the Aztecs and the Holy Terror for that one. Combined elements from the Aztecs and the Holy Terror.
Yeah.
No, high priest.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think Robert Schumann does a good job at parodying some traditions by making them all look normal, yet outrageous to those who wouldn't find them normal. And even the ones who find them normal are just like, it doesn't really that make sense, but it's tradition. It's tradition. It's tradition. Okay, they didn't say it David Tennant wise, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. They keep repeating it's tradition.
Yeah. I'm basically I'm the kind of guy that's like, well, if it's bullshit, stop doing it.
Mm.
Practicality over preservation. Like this is
Like,
why I feel like female school uniforms should just be the male school uniforms, but no woman's size. Because it's more practical to wear trousers
mm,
than a skirt.
yeah.
A skirt and tights. Yeah, because it's Scotland. It's practical, right? No, it's fucking not. I'm fine in my trousers, but I have friends who have to wear the female school uniform, so no. Disagreement. There we go. People are like, oh, but it's traditional. Even my friends are like, oh, but it's tradition. I'm like, well, it's not bloody practical, is it? So
Mm.
if they really cared about tradition, they wouldn't let girls into the school. They would have slaves. Yeah, but no.
That makes a lot of sense.
Practicality over tradition, in my
Yeah. Why
opinion,
do you think Frobisher introduces all that stuff in the Holy Terror
because it's
when he
practical.
becomes the god?
Because it's
Hmm.
practical.
He's probably the most intelligent person there besides the Doctor.
Maybe it's because it's all written by an old man. Spoilers.
Ooh. But which old man? We won't say. There's also another character who's trying to completely destroy everything that it stands for with a really new weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah. But minus the
I
Doctor
love
and
the Holy
Frobisher's
Terror.
appearance,
I love.
yeah, it's a very good story.
I just love it. If I could hug a Doctor Who story simply because it was that good, it'd be the Holy Terror. And well, what it would be one of them.
Hmm.
So there you go. So Cyberman
Cybermen.
does whatever a cyber does. Can he swing from a web? Probably not. He's really heavy. Look out! Here is Cyberman.
Have you seen the Cyberbrig sketch
Do
from?
do 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 do
No, no, not that,
do do
not the Phoenix
do.
Smith one, the Bob Milch one,
No.
the one where it parodies Spider-Man, the original TV show. Do you want me to
Probably.
link it to
Actually,
you?
maybe I have. Maybe I have,
Yeah,
but
it's the one with the Black Guardian in it.
I don't remember any Black Guardian.
Do you want me to link it to you?
No thanks. I want to speak about Cybermen
Okay.
and their timeline. Because we were going to do that, but then you're like, Daleks first.
No, you were Daleks first.
No, you went Daleks first.
No,
That's
you.
why we didn't do Daleks. That's why we did do
Oh, are
Daleks
you talking
first.
about this time? Because you
No,
went off talking about Daleks and Davros last time.
no, I went
Yeah.
off that simply because you said Daleks first.
No, I did not
You
say Daleks first.
did.
I said Cybermen were easier than Daleks.
Yeah, but you said let's do the Daleks. Never mind. We're doing the Cybermen now.
Yay!
So right. When do you think what story do you think the Cybermen's first story are? What do you think
Ooh.
it is?
Hmm.
And we're
Could it?
only counting TV, books, and audio. No comics.
Mhm. Could it possibly be? Oh, I don't know. How about maybe spare parts?
Got in one.
Hmm. Before we carry on, my theory is the Sidemen from the ship in World Enough in Time and the Doctor Falls are different Sidemen to the ones from spare parts. You've got two origins. An origin for pretty much for the Sidemen on that ship, and there's origins for every other Sideman,
The ship
minus
is
the
from
parallel universe
Mondas.
ones.
The ship is from
Hmm.
Mondas. So technically, this would technically World Enough in Time and Doctor Falls takes place around about this time,
Yeah, let's say it's around the same
within
time.
this era of Cybermen.
Yeah, it's early stages. The doctors on the ship have a similar knowledge to the ones on Mondas. Perhaps they are maybe spare parts is just before, but those people have already left.
Yeah. Maybe it's
Or
not even just before. Maybe it's a little bit before. Like little. When I say a little bit, I mean like a decade or two, maybe.
Oh, you think well, nothing times just before?
One Nothing Time could be like about a decade or two before. No. I'm not saying World Nothing Time and Doctor Falls is before. I'm saying the ship left Mondasta
Yeah,
a decade or two
yeah,
before.
yeah. I
So
think that's before there were some people know how, and the people on the ship below, they have descendants that carry on the work. They have the know-how. So by the time you get to when the Doctor and Bill arrive, the Doctor, Bill, Nardole, and Missy, there are a couple of people who have the same knowledge as their ancestors,
yeah,
but are not the same people
yeah,
because of the wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff from that wormhole.
yeah. So the next story within my criteria that I'm saying
So
is
let's go with spare parts and well enough in time the Doctor falls to start with.
now. Are there
Mm,
any? I'm just gonna say this, right?
mm,
We're gonna categorize them by design because let's face it, that's what the Cybermen are.
yeah.
It's easy to do that. So basically, we're going to try and exhaust our resources and think. And the thing is, Cybermen at this point also did not have time travel.
Yes.
So it's very easy. We just need logic. We just need to know what years things were set. So,
I don't think the Cybermen had time travel until 1985 with Attack of the Cybermen. Not 1985 in the timeline, 1985 in the show.
yeah.
So they didn't have it until Attack
Very
of the
not
Cybermen.
1985 in the timeline.
Yeah,
Very not.
well, not.
Very not.
Hmm.
But there are two more stories that feature that design heavily that are not comics.
Yeah, these are Temp Plans and Silver Turk.
Yes.
Not necessarily in
So
that
now
order,
we need
but
to place them based on their year.
let me guess. Silver Turk is Silver Turk in the 1800s because of Mary Shelley.
Well, not because of Mary Shelley. Well, kinda. But yes, it is.
It is an 1800s story.
So yeah, that's it's quite obvious that it's the Silver Turk, then it's the 10th
Mm-hmm.
planet.
Which is the 80s.
Now, then you get the Cybermen from the invasion.
Yeah. Now this is where it. Now we do have to go back a couple of years. Even if you go with Matt's unit theory, the invasion would still be 60s, 70s.
It's yeah, it would have to be 70s.
Yeah.
But they
So it's
could
still before
have
the setbacks.
went through time, could have
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
things. So the invasion and the ISOS network and Iceberg, the novel, Last of the Cybermen, the Bluetooth, the Tyrants of Logic, Human Resources, and the Girl Who Never Was.
I've got human resources. I'm gonna have to listen to that soon.
I've got
Relatively.
I've got Human Resources and the Girl Who Never Was and the Tyrants of Logic
Okay.
and the ISOS network.
You've got most of them then.
Yeah. Now, then there's the move to Telos.
Hmm.
So you've got the moon base and the Tomb of the Cybermen.
Providing all those other Sidemen with the invasion ones are set before 2070.
Depends when they discover time travel.
Hmm. True, but Moonbase is 2070.
It is.
Set in.
They decided to plant a base on another egg.
Well, when is Kill set? Is that
Kill the Moon is
59 or something?
2040s.
Okay. So I think that might be 49. So yeah, it would be the second egg. And I think the same for the Seeds of Death.
Mm, yeah.
If that's post 2049 or something.
So I'm just trying to. I've got a notification on YouTube. Okay, nothing important. So I'm gonna check the Cyberman timeline on TARDIS Wiki, because
Yeah.
why not? Where the hell is it?
Definitely Earthshock and most of Attack of the Sun are in the future.
Hmm. Oh,
The same for Revenge.
okay.
Space, is that 21st century? Not sure.
Well, perhaps, right.
I'm not sure if that's 21st century or
I'm
not.
not. Okay, so it is saying that the invasion is set. The invasion and the ISOS network and the Bluetooth, because of all of unit dating stuff, it is set before
Yeah.
the 10th planet. And hello?
Your voice is getting very silent, Manny.
Yours was too. Why is it that Cybermen have to have a more confusing timeline than the bloody Daleks, and they don't even bloody time travel?
Is everything?
But it's because like that whole unit dating and Cybermenning, different designs, contradictions. Yeah, I don't know anymore.
Are you okay?
I'll be fine. It's easier to work out timelines of individuals.
Oh, thank
Very
goodness, this is
clearly.
fixed. Right.
Like
I missed half.
the monk is very easy because he's got very clear-cut incarnations.
Right. Good. Well, yeah, well, about 3 officially, I think.
Kinda.
Yeah.
You've
Well,
got all the stuff from before the Time Meddler, and then you've got
oh,
Peter Buff. You've got the Peter Buff there. Then you've got the Peter Butterworth monk.
2 stories.
Yeah, well, 2 TV stories. There was also 2 comic
Yeah.
stories, and he encounters the Celestial Toymaker, and I'm not sure if. Well, he encounters the Celestial Toymaker and divided loyalties, but I'm not sure if that's his first incarnation.
Right.
The
Well,
monk's
you've
real
got
name is
the.
Mortimus, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So
That's interesting.
then,
Then
presumably in
we got.
another incarnation, he basically decides, you know what? Hello, Doctor, Seventh Doctor. I'm just gonna be a bit of a jerk
Yeah.
and mess about with time
Is
and
this
stuff
the
and
same?
restore the
Is this
land of
the
it.
Graham. Not Graham. Not Graham Garden. Graham something?
Yeah, Graham Garden.
Monk?
No,
Graham
this isn't
Garden. The
Graham
one.
Garden monk.
Oh, it's a different one.
This is
Is
a
this
book
Rupert
monk.
Hat?
No,
Okay. So,
Virgin New Adventures.
okay. Well, they might have someone. If they adapt that book, they might have another master. So, monk. I keep getting mixed up.
If they ever adapt Lee's books,
Yeah,
they'd have to adapt. No, this all these books are in a story arc. There's like Blood Heat, Dimension Riders, The Left-Handed Hummingbird, Conundrum, and No Future.
right.
Conundrum is set in the land of fiction.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was also used for season 40 of What If Doctor Who Wasn't Axed.
Oh, which Doctor? 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then there's the Graham Garden monk who appears in
Who pretty
Book
much?
of Kells, Resurrection of Mars, Lucy Miller, and To the Death, and also The Secret History.
He's pretty much a prick to the Eighth Doctor.
Yeah, but the Secret History is the Fifth Doctor one.
Oh, and the Fifth Doctor then.
Yeah. And then,
Well, that's okay.
um,
Anthony Queen's a regular with the Eighth Doctor, but he's met the other ones.
yeah. And then, um,
Rufus Hound?
he's, yeah,
Was this?
this is saying that the one with the Eighth Doctor is the first one he is, right?
Hmm?
This is the first one for him.
Yeah.
But well, then again, he says that he's recently. It's not. He never said that he recently regenerated, but he said he wishes to start afresh with the Eighth Doctor, but does not know why he would be angry with him.
The Rufus Hound monk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Although this that would make us assume that this is set, especially with the fact that he's very similar to the Peter Butterworth monk in some respects, and the fact that he started meeting with the second Doctor, second, third, and all that Doctors. You just thought he would be before all of that.
Mm.
But he mentions in the Tyrants of Logic that the Doctor once travelled with a girl from Blackpool.
Okay.
And he never actually says explicitly when he does that, so that's probably alluding to Lucy Miller.
Hmm.
So this has probably been. I don't know.
When does the Rufus Hound monk first pop up?
He actually first pops up in release order in the early adventure, The Black Hole. And I've listened to that, and it's the best second Doctor story I've listened to on Big Finish as of yet.
Okay.
Oh my god, he's brilliant. Like he pretends to be this Gallifreyan person. I mean, he is Gallifreyan, but he pretends to be this person.
Like an official or something.
Yeah, and then he's like, and then he tricks Victoria into helping him do stuff, and then he nearly kills Victoria, and and then he says, "Well, I'm taking revenge on the Doctor," and it's like, so, taking revenge on our previous encounters, and Victoria's like, what went back on your home planet when you were a police officer and he was a criminal, and then the monk said, well, I've been many things in my time. A police officer, a TV personality, uh, a like a traffic warden. I don't know. But when I first met the Doctor, I was a monk.
Wrong theme for Patrick Troughton.
Well,
Okay, that sounds more William Hartnell, but
the closing theme was the William Hartnell theme.
okay, that's okay. So I'm right there.
I just, well, because there's not much of a melody, that I have to like emphasize the bass line.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I confused the Rise of the New Humans with the Tyrants of Logic. They're in the same box set. But yeah, so yeah. Now, the thing is, yeah. Why did I have to pick the monk? His one is slightly conflicting, but like
I don't know. You were halfway through the Cybermen one.
yeah, because I just gave up. Let's face it, like I can't make sense of them. I can't make sense of. Can we just skip like past Telos now with the Cyber? Let's continue with the Cybermen then, seeing as how
Okay. Well, let's ignore New Who for the time being and just focus on the classic and Big
the
Finish.
Mondasian Cybermen.
Yeah. Okay. Let's ignore any besides World Enough in Time, Doctor Falls. Let's ignore new series and any books or audios that are set within that timeline. Let's just focus on the classic ones,
And the
and
thing is, the classic ones are in New Who somewhere.
yeah,
That's the problem.
yeah,
Not just World National Time.
yeah. Okay, well,
Let's just focus on
well,
the
when we get to the
Cybers.
10th planet, then we go. Let's go to
So let's
then.
let's skip past the invasion Cybermen, the Planet 14
Okay.
Cybermen, and let's just
Yeah.
get to yeah.
Well.
Telos, we've said
Mm-hmm.
Moonbase Team of the Cybermen. And
Moon
then
space
Kingdom of
Cybermen.
Silver, Sword of Orion.
Okay. Wait, aren't these the invasion Cybermen?
Well, no, then it's the Cybermen from the Cyberman spin-off, but those are like the invasion
Okay.
Cybermen. So it's like,
Okay.
aren't they the invasion Cybermen? I don't know. Just why does
Oh yeah,
I'm
there's
going to disagree
Cyberman
with
as
this
well.
website. I'm going to disagree with this website on that. Then you've got the 21st century Cybermen,
Yeah. Which
the
are.
the Wheel in Space,
Mm-hmm.
Illegal Alien, and Legend of the Cybermen.
Mm-hmm. And
Then you've
these are.
got Cyber Wars, Revenge of the Cybermen. Are they just the same ones as the bloody invasion?
but slightly updated. Well, I say updated. Different.
Oh yeah, it's set
Slightly.
after the 21st century, and Cybermen don't time travel. I don't like Cybermen anymore.
Yes, you do. Come on, mate. Come on.
I
Come on.
do,
We can do this. Come on.
then you've got
Spare
the
parts
Earthshock
away.
Cybermen.
Yay.
Then you've got the Five Doctors in Attack of the Cybermen. Then the Reaping. Then the Gathering. Then the Hour of the Cybermen. The
Oh yes,
Ultimate
that's the latest one.
Adventure. Destiny of the Doctor. Where the hell is
Oh,
Attack
that's a
of the
game.
Cybermen? Oh wait, it was before the Reaping.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and also Hour of the Sideman, that's the Hour of the Sidemen, that's the latest Sideman story, not the latest one. Latest Sideman one, not the latest Doctor Who one.
Yeah, but it's the
In case
latest
anyone got confused.
Cyberman
Yeah.
finished release.
Yeah.
Then
I
you've
think it's
got
the
the
latest
Ultimate
Sideman story
Adventure.
period.
Then you've got the Ultimate Adventure.
Yeah.
You were taking the version of the Sixth Doctor in Big Finish
Yeah.
as canon.
Yeah.
And
Because
then
there is technically in the play there was 3 Doctors. There was the 3rd Doctor, there was the 6th Doctor, and for a short space in between there was the David
the
Banks Doctor.
excellent Doctor.
Yeah. You're right.
The excellent.
You could call him you could say he's an unbound Doctor if you wanted.
Yeah, David Banks. Isn't he in the Ultimate Adventure audio?
He might be the cyber leader.
He's someone certain. Then you've got Destiny of the Doctors,
which is a game. I wonder if they're going to adapt that for a Big Finish audio. They're going to need. They
then
might.
there's the real-time Cybermen before the
Oh
Silver
yeah.
Nemesis Cybermen for some reason.
Oh.
I think this guy's just given up and just gone like, here's separating them based on eras of the Cybermen and in chronological order of when they're introduced.
Yeah.
I think he tried to make sense of them. And then you've got Bernie Summerfield audios, Silver Lining, and the Crystal of Cantus.
Mm-hmm.
Cybermen from Lowe's, which, to be honest, I have a feeling they are, like bloody, like.
I think the Bernese ones are ones like from Invasion Revenge. I think from the cover art.
Well, I'm gonna check the cover art.
Yeah, the pic of
They look more like Tomb to me.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and then even though these aren't even the same Cybermen, this guy's now put the Pete's World Cybermen
Oh.
that were in Rise of Cybermen, Age of Steel, Army of Ghosts, Doomsday, Cyberwoman, and the Next Doctor.
And also the Pandorica opens, and yeah, and
No.
not closing time.
No.
Yeah. they
And
had
then
the
you've got
C
the
on the chest.
Mondas / Age of Steel Cybermen, which are Mondasian Cybermen, but they look like the Pizza World Cybermen. They're
Yeah,
different,
yeah,
technically.
yeah. But the Cybermen appear in Pandorica Opens. They've got the C on the
That's
chest.
what. That's what. Oh, they do. It's okay. They're Cybus ones. But
Okay,
you've got
and
Blood of the
also two of them.
Cybermen. Closing
Sorry,
time. You've got Blood of the Cybermen. A Good Man Goes to War. Closing time. For some reason, he's
yeah.
put Assimilation Squared in there, even though it's the crossover with Star Trek. Plague of the Cybermen.
Hmm.
Uh, and for some reason, he's decided to put the Cybermen from World Enough in Time the Doctor Falls that look like this in there, even though they're the ones from Mondas, and it's just like directly from Mondas, and he put the.
Okay, okay. Both
I'm
site
gonna break my microphone
Yeah. Anyway,
by my
we up?
noise.
Are we at Nightmare in Silver yet?
Yes.
Okay, because both the Cybus and Mondasian versions appear in that. You got one Cybus Mondasian and one Paradox and two
Well, these two
parallel
link then, because
Pete's
then
World
there's Nightmare in
Cybus.
Silver, then the Time of the Doctor, then Unit Cyber Reality, then Dark Water, Death in Heaven.
Mm. Oh, they Cyber Reality comes before that.
Well, that's what it says here.
Okay,
I mean, something must have happened in Dark Water, Death in Heaven.
yeah. Maybe it ties into it,
I guess.
and then somehow a Cyberman gets to Gallifrey and hell bent, and then otherwise that's it.
And then you've got the Cybermen from the Flood comic
Oh yeah,
story, the
oh
final
yeah.
Doctor Who magazine, Eighth Doctor story.
Okay. Was that a six-part, by the way?
Oh no,
Okay.
no, I don't know anymore. Cybermen hurt my head now.
Yeah, I think the 12th Doctor's final comic story was 6 or 7 parts.
Can we just say that the Cybermen accidentally fell through a time hole?
Yeah, sure, go
Actually,
ahead.
hold on. Okay, so how about the Cybermen upgraded themselves to be the invasion Cybermen, and they had that whole Orion Wars thing. Then they fell through a time hole and wanted to invade the Earth, but failed, so went all the way to Isos in the Isos network, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
And then the 21st century happened,
Yes.
where they decided to look not as good, not as Cyberman-y. This
No.
can I can like writing a timeline for the Cybermen will look worse than the Daleks. You do realize that. With the
Yeah.
Daleks, I just have a branch. With the Cybermen, I have to like draw like a line denoting, oh, we're going backwards. It's like the X-Men timeline.
Is this X-Men films, by the way?
Yeah, X-Men films.
Was it?
Actually, no,
Because if
X-Men
it
films
was a
would be easier,
yeah,
right?
well, comics will be all over the place.
Um, Cybermen not good.
You okay?
Yeah, Cybermen not good.
Cut out there for a bit.
Yeah. Um. So,
Checking what part.
um, who?
Mm.
What else would have an interesting timeline?
Master, or is that too complicated? I'm just
Let's go with the
gonna quickly
Master.
look at
The
whether the
Master's
clockwork.
the Master's fine until we get to points where okay, where are we going to transition from Master to Master? Master's
Okay.
actually all right, to be honest, in comparatively with like the other big bads of Doctor Who. I mean, he's no Davros. He's not like Davros in terms of simplicity, but like he's simple enough. So right, you've got the destination.
Right. I was just checking. I was checking what the how many parts the 12th Doctor's final comic in Doctor Who magazine was. It's 7.
All
I
right.
think that is now the longest one. 11's was 5. Yeah, I think that's now the
Do you mean
longest
like
one
the
because I think
longest
they were
final
saying
story?
Conquest of the Burning Stone at the time was their
Do you,
longest, which was 6.
do you mean the longest final story? Do you mean
Well,
the longest final
Conquest of the
story?
Burning Stone wasn't a final story.
Oh, you
I
mean
think they
the
just
longest
said it
story
was
in
the
general?
final one. It was the longest story they ever wrote.
Wasn't like Doctor Who and the
Yeah,
Star Beast, like their very first one, wasn't that like an 8-parter?
I don't know. Maybe it was shorter.
Yeah, maybe they were shorter, but like
Yeah,
they had that they were like more parts back in the day, back in the fourth
yeah,
Doctor's day.
yeah. Well, if they have extended the length, then maybe it was. But now they had a 7 episode, a 7-parter of around a similar length.
Hmm.
If you know what I mean. The 11th Doctor's final one was 5 parts, I think. And again, I think they would have started both at the same time. It's just that Jodie Whittaker's debut is 2 months later than Peter Capaldi's. So they did need 2 extra stories. And one of them, I believe, had the War Doctor anyway. So the 12th Doctor gets a break, a installment break in this story to allow the War Doctor to get a comic strip, albeit part of a 7-parter, but he still gets an installment to himself. Lucky War.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah,
just typing to somebody.
that's okay.
I'm typing to
What about
Ben
the
actually.
Brian?
It's something to do with not what if Doctor Who wasn't axed.
It's not to do with what if Doctor wasn't axed, or it is to do with it.
Well, I was just speaking with Ben about something I'm not gonna disclose.
That's okay. If it's what if Doctor wasn't axed, then it's probably top secret.
It is. It's what's to do with the 50th anniversary, actually.
Woo!
But that's all I'm gonna say.
That we'll leave it there. I don't even know
We'll
what it
leave it
is.
there because there's nothing else I can say.
Yeah, probably for the best. But just out of interest, when does he think he'll be doing the 50th anniversary one?
Huh?
When does Ben think he'll be doing the 50th anniversary one?
But like, how
Video.
long from now?
Yeah.
I don't know. Once everything else is done.
It's season 48 next, I think. Is there something
No,
else?
it's Panopticon season 4.
Sorry? Oh,
It's not
Panopticon. Okay.
Panopticon series 4.
Okay. And then season 48. Yes.
Yeah, then it's season 48. Sorry.
What's the 2012 thing? No, sorry. There's going to be the movie. Then what's in 2012? If
I'm not going to disclose any of that
oh
information.
we're on an open line.
I mean, after the movie, I guess it will still be like Panopticon series
Series 5.
5 because it's always Panopticon. Like it's always been like Doctor Who then Panopticon, and
Okay.
whenever there's a movie, it's going to be in between Doctor Who and Panopticon. So
Right. Okay.
that's the thing.
Yeah. We'll stop there because we're on an open line.
Yeah, we'll stop there. But yeah, I mean, I think everyone's gathered that Panopticon won't end with season 4. I
Yeah.
think everyone's gathered that, so I feel safe with saying that there will be a series 5. But like, it would have probably been announced that it would have been renewed for like series 5 anyway. At that time when
Yeah.
series 4 is about to come out. So
Right. Will Ben be narrating the next one, or will you be doing it again?
depends on if his mic is fixed.
Okay.
He'll probably still be able to make Universal's videos because he could use his phone camera to
Is
film.
that why he's not been making ones recently, even though he said he would be?
Maybe it's because he's just been busy.
Possibly. Because he did say he was going to do it for this week. He was going to fill in, because basically the next video would be my review of tomorrow's episode. And that makes me have 3 in a row. Because I did the last 2 news videos, which were the last 2 videos.
Yeah.
So I think someone else needs to have a video between the recent news video and the first episode review. Otherwise, audience might start thinking ulterior motives.
Well, the thing is, after
Yeah.
3 videos in a row of you, it will be one of me because I've not done one in a while, have I?
No.
And yeah,
Have you managed to get Travis back?
nah,
He's disappeared again.
yeah.
We're gonna have to get a guest, I suppose, if we can't get him by week 4.
We're doing it in a sort. We're actually doing reviews in a sort of way that will do something like whenever we want to. Basically, we'll do a review of whatever we want. I guess if that makes
Oh,
sense.
so it's whoever wants to do it this week.
Yeah, whoever wants to do it this week, which is you.
Yeah,
The next week it's me. That's when I want to do something.
yeah. Well, I think Jean and Ben should do videos soon. I know Ben wants to do Rosa Parks. We
I
just
think
don't know
that's
when
probably
that will
going to be
be.
episode 7.
Oh, okay.
I think it's going to be episode 7.
If we had kept the original order, that would have made you. If we kept the order without Travis, that would have been Jean. But with this new, it's whoever who wants it.
Yeah,
Then sure, go ahead. In fact, we gave him the go ahead anyway, just didn't know which one it was going to be, other
yeah.
than the first and second, not the first or second or last. But it'd be any other than that. I thought it was going to be a bit earlier, to be honest. I thought it was going to be like 4 or 5, maybe 6.
Anyways,
If he does one before that, that's great.
yeah.
Who's doing? We're all doing the final, aren't we?
With the finale, I don't know at this
Yeah.
point. I
Because
know I don't want to do it this year. I don't
I
think
don't mind.
Ben wants to do it if he's doing the finale, so it might be Jean.
No,
Or it
he's
could be
doing
all of us.
Christmas.
No, Ben's doing
Maybe,
Christmas.
yes, you said. I thought you said you didn't want to do it because he's doing
No, I don't
Christmas.
want to do it again. I don't want to do the finale again.
Yeah, because you did it last year.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I'll happily do the final episode if no one else wants to do it, but like, I don't want to actively seek it out again,
yeah,
basically, like I
yeah,
did last time. Nor do I want to do the Christmas special again because I'm traumatized.
yeah. Well,
Um,
I did say I would have done it, but then Ben, uh, what do you say? What would you say?
he shotgunned it.
Yeah, well, that wasn't the word I was looking for, but yeah. So
I
we
mean,
just let him.
basically. But we're
We just.
reserving it for you next year, so
Oh, cheers! I'm doing 2020. I'm doing 2019s. Yay! I'll be 20. Yay! Anyway, so I think maybe we should do 2 each, and then the last 2 me and John do it because you don't want to do the finale, and Ben wants to do Christmas. I
well,
mean,
we'll see. Well,
John.
we'll see what we do.
If John doesn't want to do the finale, then I'll happily do it.
Let's see what happens,
I'll
basically.
we'll give him the choice.
We'll give everyone the choice of what they would
Yeah,
want to do.
yeah. I would say preferably from about 2 or 3 each, give or
Preferably,
take.
we'd all have 2 each, and Travis would bloody respond.
Yes, that would be that would be the most preferred, to be honest. But we're trying to think with Travis not responding, if he's not here, he's really disappeared.
I'll try and get him on Skype again.
Yeah, it's becoming a bit worrying, to be honest.
Yeah.
6:39. That means it's 24 hours and 6 minutes to Doctor Who.
Hey!
We're going to
Um,
celebrate in about 6 minutes' time.
so, so the Doctor has been gender swapped.
Yeah.
Let's speak about another Time Lord that's been gender swapped, the Master,
Do do
and
do
their
do.
timeline.
Yes.
So, we're counting full stories here. Stories where it's full. Like, we're not gonna
Mm,
count like Sound of Drums as like the first one, if you know what I
yeah.
mean.
Yeah. We'll
So,
just say that was just showing the Master in his early days.
yeah.
It's not his first story.
So where's the earliest? What's the earliest Master story?
I think if what's his name, the one from the first Doctor Adventures,
James
what,
Dreyfus.
James Gibson. I think he's the first. He's before Roger Delgado. So I would put what was it?
Well, I
Destiny?
would say the first incarnation of the Master would be before Roger Delgado. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
him.
So Terror of the Autons.
No, it
No.
wouldn't be Terror of the Autons. It would be his story first. Now,
His
then we've got the Roger. We've got Roger.
wait.
What
What's
do you think
first?
his first story is?
Hang on. What's the first story?
The first
Not
story that
Roger.
we're mentioning is the Destination Wars, which is the James Dreyfus Master.
Okay. Is he only in that one at the moment?
So far, apparently he
Okay.
did something with Tom Baker, but it's not been
Hopefully
released
that.
yet.
Ho- hopefully we'll hear that soon. Okay. Well, with Roger Delgado, I would say Terror of the Autons. However, there are some short trips out there with
Not just
Delgado.
short trips,
Yeah, with
not just
Delgado and Beavers.
no, not by the
With
looks of it. Not by
there's some
not
short
not
trips
not
with
set before Terror,
well, not before Terror, but there are Roger Delgado and Jeffrey Beavers Masters short trips.
and not just short trips.
Mm. Books.
Yes, there
Okay.
is a book called The Dark Path. Can you guess which Doctor it is?
Ooh. Is this a Doctor before Terror of the Autons, or is it a Doctor after Terror of the Autons?
Well, this is a doctor, right, who hasn't experienced Terror of the Autons yet.
Okay, so it's either the first or second, or the third pre-Terror of the Autons. I would
Which one are you
say,
going to guess?
well, going by the title, I would say the first Doctor is slightly darker than the
The
other two.
Dark Path.
Yeah.
Well, you'd be
However,
absolutely wrong because it's the second Doctor.
I was about to say, however, there could be a kind of a twist.
Well,
I,
no, it's the Dark Path. It's the
yeah,
second Doctor
yeah,
novel.
yes. It was. It turned out to be a twist. It sounds like it'd be a first Doctor one, but it turns out to be a second one.
Well, the second Doctor is on the cover, so I mean, so is Roger. So Roger,
We
can't I
love
want to
Roger.
roll my R with Roger? So then you've
You
got
want to?
Terror of the Autons.
Ooh. And then we pretty much got more or less 5 stories in a row. But there might be
Actually,
other.
I've got a timeline spreadsheet that I could use. Why am I not using that?
I don't know. But and I was going to say there'd be others in between. For example, there was a 12th Doctor comic recently with him. So that could have been somewhere along the line.
Well, yeah. Anyway, so Delgado, after that, you've got the 63rd release in the Past Doctor Adventures range, Deadly Reunion.
Is the Past Doctors a book or audios?
It's books. It was the BBC
Books.
books.
Okay.
BBC
Okay.
books. That's the range. Well, the Missing Adventures are Virgin. The Past Doctor Adventures are BBC.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna let you know that.
Okay.
Then you've got the Mind of Evil.
Lovely story.
I'm not counting short trips.
Okay.
Then you've got Claws of Axos, Colony in Space, the
Pretty much
Demons,
in that
however you
order.
pronounce that.
Yeah. I
You've
would say
got
the sea. It should be the Sea Devils next. but he might have an eventual 2.
There's the Harvest of Time.
Okay. Is he in prison whilst in that?
Yes, I
Good.
believe so.
Good.
Well,
Which
I believe it's set in between. Yeah,
Oh, the book. Right, gotcha. Yes.
and then I put that in with past Doctor Adventures. I put that as release 77.
I thought that was a pretty new one.
It is pretty new, but like I've labeled the newer um
Oh, we might be wrong. Sorry.
novels featuring non-current Doctors as
Okay,
past Doctor Adventures
fair enough. I think
because
the
they're
wheel.
not in any sort of series, so I wanted to lump them with them.
Okay. Would you put the Wheel of Ice? Second
Yes,
Doctor one in that? Yeah. I put that.
yes.
Okay.
Then
Continue.
you've got the Face of the Enemy, which is the seventh PDA,
Okay.
past Doctor Adventure. That is set during the Curse of Peladon.
Okay.
So it's set during, may I remind
Okay.
you, during.
Yeah. So
So
the
it's
seven.
set with the Doctor's not in it
Yeah.
because
Lord
he's
John.
off Peladoning. Um. So yeah, then you've got the Sea Devils.
Yep.
Then his cameo in the Eight Doctors, which is set during the Sea Devils.
Yeah. The earlier cameo with the third Doctor.
Well,
There's a later
actually,
one.
is it set during the Sea Devils?
It's just after. I've read the
Yeah.
book. It's just after.
Oh, the Eight Doctors.
He
Okay, yeah.
he he
Just so
returns
it's set
to
during part 7 of the Sea Devils.
technically
Oh.
he and part 6 of the Daemons because he returns to Devil's End for his TARDIS and he's recognised by Miss Hawthorne.
No, set during part 7 of the Sea Devils.
Yeah, let's just say part 7 of the Sea Devils, and
Then you've got
I
the
think
Time Monster.
oh that's right, yeah, that's right afterwards.
Well,
Okay,
it's not right afterwards. There's a short trip in between, but
okay,
the
okay.
Time
Just
Monster.
before we carry on, I just like another
I can't hear a word you're saying,
another
Nick.
eight.
I can't hear a word you're saying. Now I can't hear
I
you at all.
think there's another two markers in the 8 dot.
Are you still with us,
I would. This was.
Nick? You were glitching out, and I can't hear you at all. Well, I think Nick died.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
Nick, you're back. You're
Hello.
back to life. You're not a robot anymore. You're not a dying robot.
Hey.
So yeah, after the Time Monster, you've got Frontier
Hello.
in Space. Ooh, by the way,
Hello.
for the person in the chat that's saying then it's Who Killed Kennedy, I've not put
Space.
Who Killed Kennedy in here, mainly because Who Killed Kennedy is set. It's not it's a story set with other stories set within it. So that's why I've not put Who Killed Kennedy. So then I've put after the Time Monster, Frontier in Space.
Really?
Wait, hold on. Where's the Quantum Archangel? This person's saying the Quantum Archangel, but I'm needing to search this up.
The what?
The Quantum Archangel. It's a story. I've heard of it, but like, how could I miss it? Quantum Archangel novel.
Okay.
What monsters
I
in it
was going
though?
to say before we. I was going to say before this all interference happens again. I think there's another 2 masters in 8 Doctors. I think we got the Ainley one during Trial of Time Lord, and then either him or the Gordon Fripple one at the end.
Okay. Ooh, I've just checked the Quantum Archangel. That is not. TARDIS Wiki says that it's not a Delgado.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
that's why I was like, hold on, I can't have missed that. You know?
Also, quick announcement. Doctor Who will be back in under 24 hours.
Oh, I've just.
It's 23 hours and 56 minutes.
I'm just excited. I'm really looking forward to it. You know.
He's gonna be exciting. Okay, back to Roger Delgado.
All right. So, um, after Frontier in Space,
Hmm.
we have the Past Doctor Adventure, the 28th Past Doctor Adventure, Last of the Gathering, written by Mark Gatiss. There we go, Mark Gatiss. Yeah, there's some DWM comics, but the one I'm going to mention is Doorway to Hell, the recent one, where you might have seen in like one of the later pages the master sort of regenerating.
Yeah. Is that the recent one with 12? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a recent one with 12.
Mm.
So,
Well, if there isn't any other official stories,
well,
then
there are
that
more
must
official stories
be
with
the
Delgado's
most.
master, but
So that must be
there's
the
contradiction that I'm
when
forcing.
he was.
I'm
Is there
forcing
any
that
other stories besides?
Well, here's the thing. There are,
Like
but
that?
like they're contradicting things. So I'm just forcing them not to contradict by
It was of the
having
same.
Legacy of the Daleks, which is the main thing that contradicts with Doorway to Hell. Legacy of the Daleks, the 8th Doctor adventure novel.
Mm,
And I'm gonna have it be the Jeffrey Beavers master before he got burnt.
that makes sense. So are we counting Peter Pratt and Jeffrey Beavers as the same incarnation?
Yes, because they are the
Would you?
same incarnation.
Okay, I've got to go. We'll have to carry on later.
Yeah.
We will continue with part 3.
Dun dun
Mm,
dun.
I'll give you a message when I'm back.
All
See you
right.
in a bit.
See ya. So I guess I shall end it here for now. But yeah. I'll see you in the next part, guys. Take care.